Expert advice and valuable information are at your fingertips every month in the pages of Field and Stream. From which lures work best to late season deer tactics.
Those were the magazines that you waited for. You know, we didn't have internet back then. I still remember waiting on some of these classic magazines to come, and they have such a rich history and tradition that recently, as things started to go online, print's had a really hard time. It's been a hard thing to deal with. You know, it's like a part of your childhood has gone away. And to know that Field and Stream is going to come back in a print form, I think it's awesome. To be a part of this cover project, to be one of the first to help bring it back, is a really special thing for me, because I feel like as an artist, it's my job to help entertain and educate and inform people and communicate through my work. And if we can bring back a little bit of people's childhood with this cover, or their fond memories growing up, I think that's a win for us. The first issue is going to be trout. And the concept here is that we're going to take some classic old cover ideas, and I'm going to do them in my own style. And so my version is going to go on the front, the old version is going to go on the back. So it should be like a really super cool, packaged up, front and back, old and new type thing here, and I love that. You know, trout is kind of new to me. It's not a subject that I cover a lot. And so what I'm gonna do the first few days here is just research. I'm gonna watch videos of trout jumping. I'm gonna, you know, take some reference of the local streams here. I'm gonna sketch trout. I'm gonna learn more about them. I'm gonna pull some color palettes that I think will work from the trout. And I'm really just gonna learn as much as I possibly can. One of the things that I really wanna get right is the trout with his mouth open, going after that fly. And I wanna understand how his jaw works, how his eye works, all of these things, where the highlights, where the shadows should be, and that takes time. I don't wanna just knock out a painting from a reference photo. I really wanna understand the subject here so that when it comes time for me to do my own thing in my own way, I know how to do that well. One thing that we've got to do with this cover is we've got a certain space we've got to fit the whole scene in. I need something that will sort of recess behind this trout. And so you can't just photograph a huge wide river or stream. It's got to kind of be a tight sort of a nook, like a place where you would find a native brook trout, not just some big open vast expanse of water. And I'll just evaluate art dork stuff like rocks and leaves and reflections and stuff like that, and really figure out what I want to try to say here, because just as important as getting the trout right is getting the background right to support the trout. That's got to be done right in addition to the jumping trout. You can't just wing that. I want to be able to say something special with this one. So it'll be a cool way that the North Carolina mountains are tied into this cover. I feel like one thing that I thought was cool about this one was the mayflies, and I went fishing with my buddy Jonathan to get some reference photos. He was our model for the guy in the background, and I learned a lot from him that I hadn't trout fished a lot, and so to see how the hatch worked and to look for it now when I pass a stream, I even like see the hatch out there and I know what that stuff is. But to include that, I thought was kind of cool. and to gather reference and try to paint those mayflies in an accurate way was something new for me, and I always like a new subject matter, a new challenge. So how do you get the magazine is a big one. You know, Field & Stream is bringing the magazine back to print, which I think is really cool. This will be the first cover for their spring-summer issue. It'll be 2 issues a year, and you've got to sign up through their 1871 club membership at fieldandstream.com. I've been really impressed with some of the work they're doing creatively and editorially, so I'm really looking forward to getting the first copy with this on the cover, and you should too. So check it out at fieldandstream.com. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, a little bit behind the scenes of how we take something from a concept to a cover. Check out some of our other videos behind the scenes, and check out ryankirby.com for prints and more originals coming soon.